Hello everyone, welcome back. Jason Skipper here with you, and welcome to Module 3. We have made so much progress so far. Guys, I hope that you're excited to see your website starting to come into shape. We built something that was awesome. Now you're definitely going to have to customize that a good deal, and we're going to learn how to do that over the next few modules. We're going to be working with images. We're going to be learning where to find good creative inspiration, etc. In this module, Module 3, we're actually going to be getting into a little bit of connecting all of the dots. And we're going to be talking about email, social media, SEO, and advertising. SEO is search engine optimization. And one thing is to build your website. That is where people can go and they can find you and find your information, etc. But how are we going to get people there? How is anyone going to know that you exist? And that's what we're going to be working with now. We're also going to be working with setting up our domain email and making sure that all of that is connected. So if someone wants to contact you personally, then they can do it at your domain email and not at something like Gmail or Hotmail or whatever else that you may use. And so it's important to have your own domain email. And that is what we're going to be getting into in this lesson, in lesson number 1. And so let's do it. Right down through here. Now, one of the first things that I want to talk to you about is this. Why not set up our own email server? Because there are quite a few options out there that we could install on our server, and we could have our own email server. The main reason that I recommend that we don't do it is that it is incredibly complicated to set up and maintain. And maintain is the key word here. Maintain a personal email server. All right, there's a great article at DigitalOcean that talks about this. If you click on this link, it'll take you there. And it definitely says right here very clearly why you may not want to run your own mail server. And in short, mail servers are very complex. Okay, they're very complex. You have to set up a whole lot of things, and you have to continually monitor that. The issue that we have with email servers is this, that there is so much spam in the world, and there are a lot of really, really sophisticated robots, basically, that are going through and finding websites and finding servers that have email servers in them that are not being maintained, and they go and they start sending spam from your email address. And so they do that. And so you have to put in a whole lot of systems like firewalls, big time firewalls, and a whole lot of other things that really we don't want to worry about. And the reason I'm saying this is this. The reason you're in this course to begin with is that you wanted to learn how to have an extremely powerful web presence without being a 100% techie. And so that kind of defeats the purpose if we're going to do it. And so what we're going to be doing with our email is actually we are going to direct our email up through a service at Google, okay? And this is called G Suite. Google Suite or Google Apps, what it used to be Google Apps, they have changed the name now to G Suite. And we're going to be setting this up. Usually, this service is a paid-for service. It's $5 per user per month. But for nonprofits, which most of you probably are, it is a free service. And so I definitely want to recommend that you use this, okay? And we're just basically going to go through this, and we'll do that in just a moment. If for some reason you are not a nonprofit, a registered nonprofit, then what you're going to do is there are several options that you could do, but you can get a 20% discount for the first year using one of these promotional codes that I have here below. And these may change throughout the year. I'll have to go in and update the website at your time. But this G Suite sign up, you're going to do that. Now, at first, we have to register our nonprofit. And so we go in, we sign up for a G Suite account, we set everything up for our domain email, and then we register for a nonprofit account. Okay, and so I'll explain that in a little bit. But let's go ahead and go through the process. G Suite sign up, and we're going to start our free trial. Perfect. You are going to go in. I already have an account, but you're going to fill this out. Your first, your last name, your current email address, not the one that you want to make, but your current email address, your church name, number of employees, continue. I'm not going to be able to go through this, but what you're going to do, and I will link to this article in the page, in the lesson page, and we are going to go through here and do this. So you're going to be asked to select a domain to use. So use a domain I already own. You're going to explain that right there. You're going to put yourdomain.com there. Billing, at this point, we're going to set up billing later. You can do that. So there's a 30-day trial. And then we're going to verify domain ownership. Now I'm going to go into my console, my admin console, since I'm already logged in. And I'm going to do it in this way. So I'm going to go to domains and I'm going to add a domain. All right. And I'm going to call this demochurch.site. Continue and verify domain ownership. Perfect. So now what I need to do is this, and this is really simple. What we're going to do is go over here, go to a new tab or window and go to DigitalOcean and go into your dashboard. And we're going to go into the networking tab. And I am going to pull up the demochurch.site. And first of all, we're going to come right here and we're going to click on MX. And you see right here where it says Add Gmail MX records, choose that. And this actually puts it in automatically. There we have all of the records that we need for Google. Now we're going to need to verify this. Again, where is my, there we go. In here, you can just choose something like Namecheap or something like that. All right, and it's also going to ask us to add a TXT record. And so we're going to do that, copy that, and I'm going to go back into DigitalOcean. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to click TXT. Just put at and then enter text. You copy that in there, create TXT record. Great. So once you've done that, we're going to click on verify. And there we are. We are verified. Congratulations, you have successfully verified your ownership of demochurch.site. Great. Continue. So we are now in, all right? And we are in, and your domain is set up to receive email, but we need to create users now. So what we're going to do in this page is we are actually going to add an organization here. If yours doesn't show, you're going to come over here and add your organization. And then you're going to click on that. I've added mine right over here. And we're going to come over and add user. So I'm going to name this admin. I can just put my name, Jason Skipper, admin. I'm going to change this to demochurch.site. You probably will not need to go through and choose between them. You only have one organization. I've got a bunch set up for different tests and things like that. And we're going to go in and we're going to create. Great. And so that is it right there. We have going through, and right here it says show password. So this gives you the password. And so the first time you log in, it's actually going to, you copy that, you're actually going to need to go in and change that password. So what I'm going to do is put in my admin at demochurch.site, and I'm going to put in that password. Welcome to your new account. Your account is compatible with many here, but we have to go through here. We're going to accept. All right, and I'm creating my password. Add a recovery phone, recovery email. I will put my great. There we go. And this kind of walks you through everything that you have at G Suite. And we're going to get into this a lot more. Drive and docs and sheets and slides and forms and calendar and sites, etc. Anything that you have here, you have a lot at your disposal. Gmail. And so now you are set up basically so that you can connect. And you're going to see this on your web client, on your email client. So I'm going to open up Apple Mail. I probably have way too much. Bring this over. And this is very simple. We're going to go to Mail, Add Account. Right there. We're going to choose Google. To your email, I'm going to admin@demochurch.site. Next. Okay, so I'm going to put in the password that I changed it to, Rob. And here are things that you can sync. And so you can sync your mail, contacts, calendars, messages, notes, whatever you would like. And those are the ones that you can work with on your computer. This works almost the same on Windows, on an iPhone, iPad, Android, whatever you need. You just connect to your account and you are good to go. And you're going to see here in a moment that this is going to appear over here. I've got 4 new emails, the Gmail team, Google, Gmail team. And so you are ready to go. Now there's a few things that I wanted to show you back here before we move on. So I'm going back into G Suite to the admin console. Okay. Now you can create another user. You can create several for whatever you need. Something that I like to do a lot. So a lot of times I don't like to set up 100 different email addresses for different things. And so what you can do is actually click on your name or on the email that you've set up. And if you go into account, you can change the password. You can do this, require this. Something that I like to work with is aliases. And if you come in here, you can add one. So we can try info@demochurch.site. I just hit return. Jason@demochurch.site. Pastor@demochurch.site. And what all of these do basically is if someone sends an email to any one of those, they're actually going to go to the email address that you set up. This is extremely useful. You can put a whole lot of different things in there and not have to manage all of those accounts, okay? And so, number one, that is what we have set up. This is very, very important. So we have the aliases there, and we are moving through here. Now, the next thing that you're going to want to do, I'm going to close this now. The next thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set up a nonprofit account. And so click on this link. And right here we have Google for Nonprofits. And basically you're going to work through here. And it takes a few days. This isn't something that's you just do and you're done. You go in, you start now, take the next step, and you're going to go through and apply. All right. You need to certify these things, and then you need to get a validation token from TechSoup. Okay. There are many. It will explain the process through, but you're going to have to click on that. Go to TechSoup. Set up an account here. All right. You're going to go in and set up an account, get validated through them, and then they will email you when you're done, and you can come back here and you can continue. And once you are set up at Google, then you can move your G Suite account over to Google for Nonprofits, and you will be up and running, and you'll be ready to go in there. And so that is that process there, and you are ready to go. So if someone emails you now, you will be able to get it, and you'll get it in your account, in mail, you'll get it wherever you go. You can go to google.com. Let's go to Gmail. And you can sign in there and see all of your email. All right, and right now I'm in this account. Add account. And there we go. Great. And Inbox is something that I love instead of Gmail. And it goes through and works. And you can learn how to use this. This is a great thing, but we have a lot going on here. So this is what you need to do with your Gmail account. So we are set up and we are ready to go. Now, the next thing that we need to do in this lesson is this. We need to set it up so that our website can send transactional emails through your email account. Okay? So at this point, and I just want to show you this. At this point, if we go here and we go to connect, and we go in and we fill this out, and I hit submit, this isn't going to send anything because we have not set up an email server on our domain. And I explained that before. But what we have to do is tell our church email, basically, our church site, that it needs to send through our Google domain account. So what we're going to do is go to your dashboard in WordPress, and we're going to go to plugins. All right. And we are going to install a plugin called Postman SMTP. I already did that yesterday. I was going through and testing some things. I have found that this one is by far the best. If you go to Add New, Postman SMTP. Now you're going to see two here, the Gmail API extension and the Postman SMTP mailer email log. This is the one that you're going to want. You're going to install and activate. Okay? And then the next thing you're going to do is go to your settings, and right here you'll see Postman SMTP. Great. And you're going to start the wizard. You're going to go through, you're going to put your email address, the one that you created. You're going to put your church name. This is going to choose your outgoing mail server host name. It's checking this connectivity. Great. And in this screen, you're going to choose SMTP Gmail 587. Okay, this is what you want to choose. And down here in authentication, you have two options. The first one is password, and you could just put in your password and you would be up and running. But we don't want to do that. And there's several reasons why. Number one is because if someone else uses the WordPress site, they'll be able to see your password. Second of all, if you ever change your password, then it will break this site. So what we want to do is use OAuth 2.0, And this is going to need a client ID and client secret. So let's hit next. Great. And you're going to go through here and you're going to go and get your client ID and client secret. I already have mine, but what we're going to do is do this. We're going to open the Google Developers Console Gmail Wizard. You sign in with the account that you set up or the one that you used to do with Maps. And you can either create a project or choose the one that you did with Maps, that you used with Maps. We use this one with Maps. Continue. And it's enabling the API. Great. It's enabled. You go to Credentials. And this asks here, find out what kind of credentials you need. So we need for the Gmail API. We want web browser, JavaScript, and in here we want user data. So we go here, what credentials do I need? And right here it's going to give you your client ID. You're going to copy this, copy. You go back and you paste that in here. And then the next thing you're going to do is this. You're going to hit done, and you will see here the OAuth 2.0 client. So we're going to click on this. And we're going to go down and you see the client secret. Copy that. Go back here. Paste that into your client secret. Hit next. And you are done. Finish. And you could go in and you could send a test email from here. Let's just test it from our Connect page. So we're going to go in and say, my name is Jason. Don't need to put that one in, that one required. I'm just testing this to see if it works correctly. See you soon. I always spell my name wrong. Submit. Okay, so we go down through here. Thanks for your entry. Your form was submitted successfully. You heard that. We just got the email, and I got that where I had set it up. Form submitted from Demo Church. Name Jason, email address right here, phone. Okay, so this is perfect. If anything ever needs to go through and someone needs to reset passwords in WordPress, whatever it is, that will all go through and now send through your email. And one of the neat little things about this is this. You can actually now see that in your sent. In other words, anything you send from your WordPress site will show in your sent email. All right, so you can always find things that are being sent from your WordPress account. And so that is what we are doing. And I believe that we are done here. Okay, and so we've already connected our Gmail Suite email to your mail client. So you go through there and you do that. Guys, we are being productive. We've moved through all of this big time. We're going to move on to the next lesson here in just a moment and setting up all of our social media accounts and getting everything ready to go. And so we will do that in the next lesson. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we'll see you then. Bye.